Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Maddie of Maddie's Crochet Corner. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me to the Renaissance Fair. I am so excited to share all of this footage with you guys. I bring you along in the morning of my setup and what it looks like, and then as well as all of the wonderful things that happened at the Renaissance Fair. I really only had about 2 weeks to prep for this Renaissance Fair. I applied at the beginning of September and it was on September 21st. Wait, 2 weeks? No, 3 weeks. So I had roughly 20 days to get ready for this market. It was not a whole lot of time in any way. I definitely needed more because there was a lot of things that I really wanted to make. As you guys saw, you guys heard my list in the video before this one, but I really wanted to make a lot of items. I ended up only making around 40, and my goal was 100, but I definitely did not make that one at all. I definitely plan on making more next time I apply. But anyways, here is all the footage that I was able to get for the Renaissance Fair. Or was it? Alrighty, so that is going to be all the footage I got for the Renaissance Fair. Unfortunately, I did not get all the footage that I wanted to get. It was just so busy that I kept forgetting to film, and every time I was getting ready to film or remembering that I needed to film, a customer would come, and then we'd end up talking for a while, and then they'd buy something and such, and then the order would just kept repeating. So I just kept getting so busy. So sadly, I did not get a whole lot of footage. I really only got footage of all of the acts, and then I think one of the booths or something like that. Anyways, it was still a really, really great market, as you could probably tell from my before and after. I did sell a lot of things. This is by far the best market I have ever had in my history of doing markets, which I was so shocked. My goal, I think, was to, like, obviously I really wanted to make the booth fee back, which was $100, but my goal was around 500 to 600. I wanted it to be more than I was normally going to make at my regular market that I do every week, which I usually make around 400 or so. And I definitely surpassed my expectations with this market. I definitely made way more than the 500 and 600. Like I said, is my best market I've ever had. The coordinators did just like amazing job, and they said if it goes their way, they will be having another one in 6 months. So I'm definitely excited for that one, and I cannot wait. I really hope they do it in 6 months, because then that will give me definitely enough time to apply for this one and also prep for it. So I don't have to do everything last minute. I already have made another big dragon since that Renaissance Fair. But I am so excited. I cannot wait for the next one that they have whenever they decide to have it. But it was so much fun. The experience was amazing. My family was able to come with me. My mom and my sister-in-law stayed with me the entire time. And then my dad and brother came up for, I think, 2 hours or so, about halfway through the event, to come see the food and all of the acts. The acts were amazing, as you guys saw. They did a wonderful job. I am honestly surprised that there was that many acts there, just because it was their first event, but they did an amazing job coordinating everything. A lot of the people that did the acts were actually from off island, which I was really surprised and amazed that they're able to fly down and actually come for this Renaissance Fair especially. But it was, yeah, it was an amazing opportunity to be able to vend there and to be able to experience it. And I already am planning my outfit for the next one, so I'm so excited about that one. But let's get into everything that you guys have been waiting for. So the first things first, the market started at 10 a.m. and then it ended at 6 p.m. I actually got my first sale half an hour before the event actually started, which you could probably see that it is missing. It was for my giant derpy cat that I had made from K-pop Demon Hunters inspired. So I actually sold that one. That was the first thing right off the bat. I was kind of surprised that one sold first. I was expecting to have that one for a couple markets, but I definitely need to make more if that one sold right off the bat. At least one more before my next market. I am not going to say anything else that sold. I'll give you like the big hitters and everything that sold, but I sold so much that I think it would just be a lot of rambling of me just listing off a lot of things. But definitely the huge ticket items were my dragons and axolotls. I had 2 large dragons, as you guys probably saw, and both of those sold, which I was really surprised. I was selling each one for $120, and I definitely knew that I should have made more of them, but I just ran out of time in that time I had, because I wanted to make other things as well for this market. Which, thinking about it, it feels like I didn't make a lot. Anyways, I sold 2 of those large dragons that I had made, which are all of them. And then I had made 4 medium dragons, which I ended up selling out all of those ones. I was honestly surprised. I knew that the dragons would do really well, but I wasn't expecting to sell all of them. And then I did end up making 10 small dragons, which you guys probably saw in the video before this one, where I showed you everything that I made for the Renaissance Fair. I made 10 of those little dragons, but I only sold 2 of them. I was kind of surprised by that. I was expecting those ones to sell really well just because they were smaller. I was selling those ones for $15, which I thought was actually a really good price, because they are around the size of my axolotls and mushy boys, and I sell those ones for around $15 as well. But that's okay. I will be posting those onto my Etsy as mystery dragons, so you can just buy one as a mystery and you don't know what color you'll be getting. But yes, the dragons were definitely the top sellers. My second one, like I said, were the axolotls. I brought 3, 4, 5, 6 axolotls with me using 3 different patterns. One was from Crochet Grove. 2 were a free pattern I had found on Instagram. I don't know who is by, but if you guys watch that video, you'll know. And then 3 were pattern tests that I actually did. They were for the large axolotl snugglers, which those did amazing. I think those ones would have to be my best sellers besides the dragons. I ended up selling all 3 of those before the market was even halfway through, and then I would have people come back and ask if I had any more of them. So I definitely need to make more if I do this market again, which hopefully I do. And I do plan on making some for my market on Sunday, which is in 2 days. So I have a day and a half left to prep for that one, which is fine. I still have 2 bags of stock left, but definitely the axolotls and dragons were my best sellers for selling at this Renaissance fair. And then I think underneath that would have to be the cats. Um, a lot of people were asking if I had any orange cats. I did only have 2 orange cats. I had a big one and a small one. So those sold really, really well. They were asking because they had orange cats themselves or because they like orange cats. But those sold really well. I was really happy about that. So I definitely plan on making more. It might also be because it's the fall season that people were asking about orange cats. I'm not completely sure, but I am definitely going to be making some orange cats for this coming market. And then a lot of the other stuff that I had made for the Renaissance Fair, like my Shrek slash ogres, I made 5 of those. None of those sold, which I was really surprised. I was selling those ones for $15, like the little dragons. But none of those sold. I was kind of surprised about that. I was expecting to sell all of them. But I guess it just wasn't anyone's interest because I did have a lot of other stuff as well. And then I really didn't sell any of the spiders I had made. I ended up making 5 spiders and I only sold 1 of those, which kind of surprised me, but it was fine. But yeah, besides all of those top items, I just sold my normal items that I normally have, which you guys can see in the before and after exactly what I sold because I did do a pretty in-depth look into all of that. But in total, I sold a total of 58 items for a total of 46 sales. So a lot of them were multiple item orders, and I was so glad. I was shocked. Like when I came home, I added all the numbers together. I was really shocked by everything that sold. I was shocked about the amount that I sold. I was only expecting to have like 30 sales, and then I ended up getting to the 46 mark, which normally I make around 15 to 20 sales for my weekly market. So you guys can definitely tell how this one was definitely my best market of like all time. So like I said, I sold a total of 58 items. I had 31 cash sales and 15 card sales. I didn't do the total amount for how much I had in each one, but the total amount that I made at the Renaissance Fair is $1,320. And if I'm minusing out the money I spent there, the booth fee, and then probably the cost for all of the products and everything, I'm going to say I made around $800 in profit, which I am so stoked about and so surprised about. I definitely was not expecting to make this much. Like I said, my goal is around 500 to 600, and I would have been happy with that, but this definitely exceeded my expectations by far. I was so excited. I went to my parents and I was literally speechless. I was speechless with the amount of money that I ended up making, and I'm so thankful that I was able to have this wonderful opportunity to be able to vend at this Renaissance fair in general. And I'm so excited and I cannot wait for it to next year. I talked to the manager, I guess you would call them, or coordinators, that's what you would call them, and they said they would have another one in 6 months and that I would definitely be able to vend there. So I'm so excited and I cannot wait. I'm honestly still in shock with how well it went, and it's only been a week since I was there, probably less than that. It's only Thursday. But yeah, I'm so surprised. I met so many wonderful people. The costumes of everyone was amazing. Definitely, I know my main goal for the next time I do this, I will definitely try to get a lot more footage for you guys. So that way you are able to see more rather than just my before and after and all of the acts. But yeah, it was an amazing market, and I did end up applying for another market that they will have at that same exact area on October 26th. It is their annual Fall Fest and Pumpkin Patch, so I'm so excited for that one. I'm going to be leaving to go to the mainland October 2nd through the 21st, so I really only have 2 weeks, less than that, to get ready for that one. So that's what I've been doing for the past couple days since the market. I so far have made like no items. I've been working on larger items this entire time. Not so much focusing on what I need for my weekly market because I do have my last one before I leave in 2 days. But anyways, that is completely off topic, but yeah, the Renaissance Fair was a huge hit. My family and I loved it so much, and I'm so excited for next year for any locals on the Big Island or maybe in the surrounding islands. If you guys feel like coming down for the Renaissance Fair, I definitely recommend it. It was so much fun. There is another Renaissance Fair coming up in November in Honokaa, so I definitely recommend going to that one. Sadly, I won't be able to go to that one, but yeah, I definitely recommend going to Renaissance fairs. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off here. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!